opened the windows.
Wait, that's him setting a trap. He's setting a trap. You hear the ticks?
So I wouldn't blame you if you didn't know what was happening. I don't know what's happening, actually. But there's not really much more to say other than that I'm back. Again. A couple of weeks ago, my friend Patrick gifted me this game. He also gifted it to another guy, Bob the Fruit Man. I wonder if you can tell which one is which. And we decided to play this game. What they didn't know is that I was recording the whole time. So how does Bigfoot work? Basically, Bigfoot is there, and you have to go find him. Now, how do you find Bigfoot? You don't. He finds you. There's only one problem, though. You're not actually supposed to play the game like that. You see, you're supposed to go around and find evidence that Bigfoot exists because people have gone missing, and you're there to find out why. But I didn't get any footage of that because our entire goal throughout this entire playthrough was just to kill Bigfoot. So did we kill Bigfoot, and how did we do it? Well, it all starts at the RV. So, the RV. What's so good about it? Well, I'll tell you. The RV is the starting location where you receive your stuff. So what is your stuff? Well, you get a Glock, you get a rifle, you get a flare gun, and you get some traps. On top of that, there's some cameras, a drone, some meat, and some ammo. So yeah, pretty cool place. In this round, I dicked off a little at the start and got the Glock. It kinda sucks, but you don't know that yet. You feel strong. You have a Glock. Bob's got the flare gun, and Patrick has the rifle. Bob even decided to pick up the camera. Needless to say, we were feeling pretty good. At this point, we didn't really know what to expect, because we just started the game. We didn't really know what to do, so eventually, we had to leave the RV. Like I said, the RV is your starting place. It's pretty safe there. You're in the middle of the map, and you've just spawned in. You got your guns, and now it's time to go. Unfortunately for me and the boys, it was about to turn nighttime, and that's when Bigfoot likes to come out. So, at this point, we haven't actually seen Bigfoot. But now, we were wandering around in the dark, looking for another place to loot. Luckily, we didn't have to search long before finding a villager town. Even if it was abandoned, it was still a town. And it was at this town that I added a shotgun to our list of firearms. Shortly after finding the shotgun, we decided it was time to leave. And on our way out, we spotted a footprint. So we had Bob take a picture of that. And after a little while of running around, we came across this cabin in the southeast, where we stayed until the next morning. And now that it was morning again, it was time to go looking for more things to do. In the other run we did before this, we did a little better, because we had already seen Bigfoot and taking a severe chunk off of his health bar, even if we had lost Bob along the way.
I got him, I got him, I got him.
I got a medkit from healing you guys. No, Bob! I don't have any more heals.
He's dead.
Bob had died, and we were going to avenge him. So, we marched up to Bigfoot's lair at the top of the map, and we had a large-brained idea. We were gonna camp out close to Bigfoot's cave. Our plan revolved around sitting there and setting like a single trap. Now, our plan was only bad because we were enraged by the death of Bob. And we sat at this cave until the next night, when Bigfoot showed up. The battle was long and drawn out, with relentless attacks from Bigfoot and a couple of close calls with me and Patrick. But eventually, Bigfoot got the better of us. Bob was not avenged, and our master plan had failed.
そしてお前は自分がすでに負けているのがわからない？俺の上を行ったつもりでも、そのさらに上を俺が言ってたのよ。
And that's how our first round ended. We died pretty painfully. But anyways, to get back to where we were just a couple minutes ago, we were hanging out inside that little outpost we found until the next morning. And now it was the next morning. So, where did we go next? Well, we sort of just walked around for a little while. And after a while of that, and I mean a while, we came down to this area called Lewis Falls, where I quickly jumped off a cliff. So what was the reaction of the guys after this? Well,
It was like 30 meters away. There's a bear near me.
just the guys you need when you're hunting down the man-eating monkey. I then ran into a bear immediately after, which did not scare me at all, and Bob was starting to lose.
Really, was it that hog or was it Bigfoot?
I was actually shooting a tree.
But don't mind Bob, he's only going slightly insane from the pressure of having to shoot the big monkey. He's been seeing it in his dreams. It follows him wherever he goes. But other than Bob's schizo attack, we continued to press forward, and it was about to be night. So we took stock of what we had. And for me, that was not a lot. I had 19 shots in my Glock, and the shotgun wasn't looking great on ammo either. Patrick's got 3 flares, and Bob was busy lightening the mood.
That's a 9mm semi-automatic.
Dude, the
pointed
bears have
right
so much
at the hole.
health.
Not quite sure what he meant by that, but I don't think it was a threat, so we're gonna keep moving. And we did keep moving. We walked down this road for quite a while. In fact, we walked down this road so long that it started to get dark. And while we're walking, I just want to say that this game is actually a lot of fun. And I know I haven't really talked about it a lot since the beginning of the video. I kind of explained how the game worked. But it's actually a lot of fun. And it looks really cool too. Highly recommend it. But anyways, we got off the road and started wandering a little bit through the edge of the woods near the water, where we found something pretty neat. Off this dirt road, there was just a plane sitting in the water. And the first thing we thought was, why can't we just leave off the plane? That way, we won't need to actually engage Bigfoot in warfare.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
But it wouldn't last. We could not get in the plane, so we had to get back to land, where Bigfoot was. Why are we doing this to ourselves? There's no reason. We're going to die. We could have left. We had the chance. The plane was right there. Depression aside, we kept moving on. And it wouldn't be long until we saw Bigfoot. We still had our minds set on a singular goal, being to kill Bigfoot. And we would get our first chance pretty soon. Pretty soon, meaning in exactly 20 seconds from now. It had gotten dark, and the air was tense. But nothing could happen. Nothing could go wrong, right? Is that boss music? Oh shit! He was right there! The battle had started. The first boss fight. We were all panicked because he'd shown up out of nowhere. Patrick had hit him with one of his 3 flares, which would stun him for a time. And Bob was holding him captive with a flare in his hand so that he couldn't see, which left him wide open to my 12 gauge. But even if we were fighting valiantly, we were still taking more damage than we could handle, and we had to escape. But Bob fell off the zip line. Even so, he made it back on, and we thought we were safe. We ended up running away to Old Hunting Tower 3, where Patrick restocked his ammo really quick, in case of a second volley, which was unlikely because we had gone up a mountain. Bob escaped successfully and made it up to where we were. We had escaped him, and what the fuck is that? Time to go again! The mid-fight boss transition into phase 2. Bro had me rolling around like it was Dark Souls. And now our only option to escape was the zip line. Bob was already waiting for us to make sure that we wouldn't die to Bigfoot on the way there, and Patrick held him off. I fell behind slightly, but we ended up escaping again, back down the mountain. And we were safe. On the way down, Bigfoot had broken a lamp that we were right next to. We thought about our lives and how close we came to losing them. But we had juked Bigfoot out and survived. It's back. He's back. Not again. For round 3. Oh my god. In phase 3 of the fight, his attack patterns changed entirely. But he was trapped inside of a trap. And he had pulled a sneaky maneuver on us, feigning for Bob and going straight for Patrick with the grab. There was nothing he could do. He was taken up, and then Bob was hit with the 4-hit combo. Bigfoot was completely unfazed by the flare, and he just yelled at us. And that was it. That was Patrick's last flare. It was our time to escape. There was not much time. We all ran to the zip line, and on my way up, I had been hit and fallen off. I was in a race against Bigfoot to get back to the zip line. There was no time to Estes heal, but I had made it to the zip line and had escaped from the claws of the beast. Now, earlier during the fight, Patrick had thrown a tracker on Bigfoot, so we knew that we were not going to be attacked again. That would be absurd. If Bigfoot had come in for round 4, like a fucking 4-phase boss fight, we definitely would have lost. But he didn't, and we were fine now. Except for the part where we have no ammo. If Bigfoot does come back, I've got 1 trap and 4 rounds of 9mm. And I'm pretty sure Bob doesn't have any ammo at all. Near the end of the boss fight, he had to whip out like a wrench or something and start beating him up. He tried to engage in glorious melee combat, which is when that 4-hit combo hit him so nastily. But we now knew that we had to go stock up. We were so low on ammo that we would have to go explore new areas of the map. So that's just what we did. We started heading west. And we ended up going about as far northwest as you can go, where we found this little camp in the area. There was nothing really there, but it was just cool that it existed. And we ended up staying there for a pretty long time. But eventually we had to keep moving. So we did just that. And we ended up going to this little shed where we would end up having Bigfoot encounter number 2. We didn't expect anything because the sun was about to come up. But then...
None of us need that.
Bigfoot's here.
But this time we had an actual plan. One that involved explosives. Even though I got caught in the explosion, take a look at that damage. It might not have looked like a lot, but that was a lot of damage in a very short amount of time. We only did about a third of Bigfoot's health in the couple of minutes that we had the first time that he came to get us by the old Hunting Tower 3. And in only like 10 seconds here, we did the same amount of damage, which is crazy. We also had Bob take a picture of these claw marks. Things were looking a lot better, but we were still very low on ammo, so we continued looting. And after we had taken all the loot from that shed, we went out again, in search of some more ammo. And eventually we ended up at this area that was completely surrounded by water on all sides. It's really not that important, but it is right next to where we had our final stand with Bigfoot. So we grabbed all the loot that we could. For me, that included this big axe, but not this flare for some reason. And after looting the house, we decided to explore around, where we found this zip line that would bring us closer to the final destination, be it ours or Bigfoot's final stand. It led us to the seaside village. Even though we had gotten some loot earlier, we were still pretty low on ammo, So we looted all the houses that we could. So, the seaside village is basically a circle. Bigfoot could attack us from any direction at any time, so we had to be prepared. I went outside to look at our surroundings so I could see where Bigfoot could attack from. And I noticed that we were on the high ground, which meant we had the advantage. Never give up your high ground, kids. It lets you know that you are superior. So anyways, I went back into town to finish up looting. But the looting didn't last long because we had already looted the entire town, which was pretty small. I restocked my shotgun with 7 shells, and the boys had what they needed for the final confrontation. And now all that was left to do was to wait. But we didn't want to wait very long, so eventually Patrick ended up putting down some rockets. We were gonna lure Bigfoot to us. And then he didn't show up. So, more rockets. But he didn't show up after that either, and a wolf attacked me, which was slightly unfortunate. And even after that, Bigfoot still did not show up. We were waiting for a very long time, and we started to get worried that he wouldn't come. And if you can notice at the top, earlier we had gotten Bigfoot down a little lower than that, but he had healed back up to half health. This is not good. Even though we looted the village, we didn't get as much ammo as we were hoping for. We would have to have a pretty good Bigfoot attack for this to work out. But we didn't have much more time to worry about how the attack would go. Bigfoot would be arriving very soon. So, what happened next? Bob was watching one of the sides of the town, while me and Patrick were sort of walking around, making sure Bigfoot didn't flank us. We all had our own jobs to do, just to make sure that Bigfoot didn't get around and take us out one by one. And this went on for a while until I went close to Bob. Nothing was there, so I turned around. And then Bigfoot had returned, and he brought with him a weapon. He brought a guitar. He was gonna smack us up the face. But this time, we had a plan. Before Bigfoot even showed up, we had set up traps and explosives around the arena. We had truly outsmarted the big monkey this time. And after 3 explosive barrels, he was very low. But I had also blown myself up for the cause. All I had left to my name was the Glock. And I used it to the best of my ability. I teamed up with Patrick with his rifle. We had Bigfoot on the ropes. He was trying to dodge around all of our shots. But we had gotten careless. We thought that after Bob had shot him with the flare gun that we would have him. But Patrick was taken down by the 5-hit combo. And soon after, Bigfoot had taken him out. Even though we had lost a comrade, Bigfoot was about to die. We thought it would be the end for him. But he wasn't done yet. He came around and grabbed me. And right after, he ran away. But Bob had pulled a Gigabrain earlier in the fight. He hit him with a tracker. And we were going to avenge Patrick's death. Right after I stole his rifle so I could shoot Bigfoot. And the chase began. The hunt for Bigfoot's head. Bob was already ahead of me, on his way to hunt down Bigfoot. And Bob had hit him. Bigfoot was on his last leg. He only had 7 HP left. A single bullet. That was all we needed to take down the big monkey. But Bigfoot was really good at running away. But that didn't matter. Me and Bob were going to hunt him to the ends of the earth for killing our comrade. And that's just what we did. We hunted him as long as we could. Bigfoot was desperately trying to escape the situation. But it didn't matter. Because after a while of chasing him, it was over. We had Bigfoot cornered. All that was left was to fire the shot! And Bob had done it! He had fired the shot that ended the life of the big monkey! The terror that he caused would be no more! And we had avenged Patrick's death! We had come out triumphant! We had won! Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. I've had a lot of fun doing this video in particular. And maybe within the next couple of months, my upload schedule will actually exist. But as of now, you should not expect me for the next half year. And if you've watched this entire video, thank you. You're really cool. That's all I gotta say. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.